What's going on, guys? This is Joey Young coming at you with another how-to video. Today we're going to cover part 2 of how to Aquascape 101, and we're going to be covering Hardscape. Alright, when it comes to aquascaping, the Hardscape is probably one of the key items in your aquascape. So the Hardscape part is basically anything that you're using in the tank to design the way you like it that isn't plant. So in general, most of the hardscape is going to be rocks or wood. So when it comes to aquascaping, the most important thing is figuring out if you want to use stones only, wood only, or a combination of both. So the really cool thing about aquascaping is it doesn't really matter if you use both, some, none, or all of it. It's really dependent on you, right? So if you like how it looks, then that aquascape is for you and it's awesome. So in front of us, I have 3 types of stones here. This is just an example. You can get something similar to the far left here, which is a sansui stone. We have the middle here is called oka stone or dragon stone. And on the far right here, it's a quartz base stone that I picked up in my local pet store. There's no name for it. It's just the coloration is just really red, so it looks really nice. So what's the difference between these 3 different stones? Some may buffer the pH, some may not. You just have to kind of research into different stones, because depending on what kind of fish you have in there, what kind of plants you have in there, stones may affect the environment of your fish and plants. So on the far left, this is the most expensive in terms per pound, and then it goes down to the dragon stones and then the quartz stone. So the quartz stone was $2, this one was a little bit more than $2 a pound, and this one was close to $5 a pound. So depending on what you like and your style, you may end up paying more or less. So I just threw in a branch here, an example of a combination of using a stone and branch. Definitely it looks really nice. There's drawbacks of using branches because there's sharp edges, and if you have delicate fish, you don't want them to be stabbed. If you have smaller nano fish that really doesn't matter, or even shrimp, then branches are perfect for them. So for me, like I mentioned in the previous video, have a vision or have some sort of idea of how your hardscape is going to be laid out to be. So for me, hardscaping, I always grab a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper and start drawing out my ideas. I normally would draw an idea that I really like and then sit on it for a while and sketch a couple more ideas and see what I like and see if I can replicate it in real life. So with a pen and pencil, don't limit yourself in terms of what you have in stock or what you have currently. Always draw out what you like, and in terms of pieces, maybe this certain angle like you don't have, but this is what I like. So once you kind of have the idea you like or want, then I like to go shopping. I try to find pieces that are really similar to what I have drawn out. Or if I can't find it, I would basically sit on it and maybe possibly change the sketch a little bit to see if it would kind of fit the idea that I want. Alright, so next, once you have a layout planned out, what I like to do is always measure or even cut something that's really similar to your tank size and lay it out. So once I have this cut and laid out, I can then start scaping and putting rocks in certain areas while knowing that this is the tank size and it can't, cross these boundaries. So here's a quick hardscape of something that I came up with. And what I like to do is take a couple pictures once it's done, lay it out, just in case if I do change up the pieces and I like the original one a lot better, I can always reassemble it back to what it is. So once you have your scape kind of finalized, a good tip is sleep on it. You may come up with some really good ideas today, but tomorrow you might even come up with better ideas. So sit on it, think about it, and maybe you'll come up with something better tomorrow. And then once you have it finalized, you have something ready to go once the tank is ready. And then finally, the one last tip I want to give you guys is don't limit yourself on the materials. So what I mean by this is, normally what you'll do is you'll buy stones in bulk. For example, you'll buy them in $2 a pound, and you get like, let's say 30 pounds or 40 pounds worth of stones. And normally it's randomly picked. Now there's nothing wrong with randomly picked stones. What you do is you'll have to play with it and figure out what you like. If you think that you're only going to use 5 pounds of stones and it's going to be random, maybe buy like 20 pounds of stones. So that way you have more variety to choose from, or look for specific pieces that you need. So for example, if I bought this stone set here and let's say like I wanted this piece here, this exact same piece, but maybe a little bit taller or a little bit longer here, I would go back and look for a piece that would just basically stick out and buy and pay for that piece. So it might be ideal to buy a single piece and pay, let's say, I don't know, maybe even $4 a pound for a specific piece. But if you have a specific vision and that's what you're going for, you know, it might be worth getting that one piece that's a little bit longer, and it'll make your scape that much better. So it really all comes down to, if you like it, get it and do it. If you don't, then, you know, move on to the next one, change it up a little bit, and go from there. For me, I always buy extra stones so I can play with different options, and I always change up things to change it up a little bit, and I always make multiple designs before I actually finalize something. Alright guys, so that's part 2 of how to Aquascape 101. I hope you guys enjoy it, and stay tuned for our future videos, and until next time guys, peace.